new one since I've been back. That was the really big thing. Since I got back, I beat my court case, and there's been all types of new stuff. New content in WoW, new monitors from Dell, new computers with the Ryzen. I had this suspicion that all these new things were going to come out. 4K, 8K, now there's 4K and 8K, and there's the new monitors, the new TVs, the new Xbox, the new PlayStation, everything came out right after I beat my thing. So that was coincidental. I got an i7. I never used to have an i7. Some people have i9s. Other ones. Oh, I have a Ryzen 5 laptop too. Kitten, that's a good thing. He's got a new kitten and lots of groceries and all that. So I'm really happy to be on it. My 7's handling the video and is it? I'm not sure. I think it is handling the video and the game. Because I'm actually turning my computer off now, where I used to just leave it on. Now I turn it off and turn it back on in the morning or what have you. Now it works great. Since 2011, I've had my account. And I still have it. What's happening here? What the hell? Yeah, and I still have my WoW account. It's great. And now I finally own my own firearms after all these years. I just bought a new rifle last night, or yesterday, or I'm sorry, earlier today. A Belgium Flober. So I'm really happy to get that. He got a really good deal for around the same price my dad paid for his Ruger 1022. It's not a 10 shot, it's only a single shot, but it has an extractor. It's a pretty nice rifle. I wish I know it's the only one you can pretty much get. There's only a very limited few that you can get without a PAL. And that's being one of them. It's single shot antique. It's an antique. And the ammunition's rare. I understand now the manufacturers they manufacture 22, 45, 38 special or 9mm or whatever. But 32 got left out quite a bit. They're saying you have to find the smaller type of little individuals. That's how it was when they first started making they had the individual gun owners. You learn about the individual names or whatever, the Smith, and then there's the West and their individual names and whatnot. And then they had friends that were gun manufacturers as well, and then they became that big corporation that's in the stores and all that. These multinational corporations. But yeah, there's been a call to make more 32s, but they say it's more about well, I don't know. There's only one guy in the whole country of Canada that sells the 32s. The 32 caliber ammunition. He manufactures it himself. He's a sole proprietor. But we need more people like that. Like we don't need too many people, but I wouldn't mind like 2 or 3 people, like kind of like the guy that does sell the 32s or what have you. Canada needs more people like him. He's a good he's similar to what a FFL is in America, where you have your RPAL and you're able to sell guns on the classifieds and other private sales and auctions and everything. Yeah, so I got one, believe it or not, for $200, and they sell for I looked up the auctions. They sell for $1,000. These rifles. I didn't tell the guy. I didn't tell him. I just said, yeah, $200, and I said $200 and all that. Yeah, I said it's a good deal, but I didn't tell him. I searched it up, and once you get it cleaned up or whatever, it's about $1,000 or a $1,200 rifle, antique. That's how much they sold for on the 32. And then he said, well, I didn't tell him that, but then he said, oh, they also make a 9mm. And I said, well, I can't afford the 9mm even more than I think the 9mm sell for $2,000. Like my revolver is sort of like the revolver version of this one, but it was a time period. We just had that Hurricane Ian. It was like we just had this Hurricane Ian. It was a certain time, even up here in Canada, that I got this $1,200 rifle for only $200 because he was, I don't know, he didn't want it anymore. He's selling it. It was really dirty cleaning up, as some of them are. You have to clean them up. You even have to get the metal refinished. You can get the metal refinished. I oiled it up. The functions are great. It just needs it could use some gunsmithing, some professional cleaning, and some professional. I'd like to get this one professionally done because it's a rifle that you take apart. You can take it apart. The wood is really nice on it. I don't know if he'll ever show it, but I have it. He's in my closet or whatever. It's decent. It's got the ejector on it and whatnot. I guess they have pistol variations. Of it too. So I remember I used to look at my friend Russell. He had his shotgun. So it's almost like a shotgun, but it's a 32 caliber. It's a French. It's called the Belgium Flaubert. It was made in Belgium, but also it has that French side to it. We have them in very rare. I was able to score it, so that's pretty cool. That's my new. But I don't think I'll ever rare. They call it a wall hanger, really. If you go look up anything on it, and it's very hard to find the ammunition in Canada. You can have the ammunition without a license. You just can't buy it in the stores. But you can reload ammunition like these ones and all that. If you can find it, it's very rare and very expensive. Very expensive to be able to have a Flowbert with the ammunition and all that legally or whatever. It's very expensive. People with a PAL could get a brand new gun for 300 and then a $50 for a big box ammunition, but you have to have your license. So basically, if you don't have your license, it's virtually impossible to find any other guns other than these old antique Flowberts and the revolvers. And the revolver cost me $1,300, my revolver. But now I am safe by the way of firearms. I feel so safe to play my WoW. I've had this WoW account, like even my WoW account. Look at this. Sell WoW accounts or buy WoW accounts. My WoW account, if it was stolen or whatever, you can sell them or whatever, and just my World of Warcraft account is worth like $500 or something like that. So that's just my one game account. Then I have a Steam account that has like maybe like $100 worth of games, but the and then my Xbox Series S and all that. Then my $2,000 computer, and then I have another thousand, and then I have another $1,000 computer, and then I have even my keyboard, my Steel Series keyboard, and I have a Keurig, the Elite one, and all that or whatever. So like you can see, oh, my account's worth way more than this. My account's probably worth $1,200, $1,500. I've had it since 2011. It has all the mounts and all that, Ashes of Alar, all these different like very rare mounts and whatnot, and all the heirloom. It's got a lot of stuff, so it would be worth probably about $1,000, my WoW account. So when you have all that stuff, you do gotta have a firearm, even without a license here in Canada. And there's a lot more firearms than many people think. That's what I learned here in Canada. I was born here in Canada, but I didn't know because it's more well kept. People they have their licenses, or if they do, it's an expensive thing to have. It's sort of a man's or a woman's hobby, or an older person, or sometimes even younger. Sometimes even younger. But believe it or not, that's few and rare. It's mostly older ones that have assets and they want to keep safe, or they're famous and want to keep safe for any reason, not even just being safe famous, but usually the person has some sort of they have a life obviously, and they've had a whole family with lives and whatever, and they have to protect their place or whatever. And there's not many options, but this is one of them, and it's expensive, very rare. I've seen it pop up on the gun post. I was thinking, oh, I'll check it out every once in a while. It's this website that's been around in Canada for 4 years. It's pretty official and everything. It's nothing but good people and whatnot. It's Canada's most official classifieds. And I said, oh, maybe like it's few and rare in between. I said, mostly PAL rated stuff on here that I can't get. But then I search up antique and whatnot, and there was some stuff. I got my revolver on there. There's always revolvers. I said, hey, there might be. And what do you know? Right before October, there was, and I was like, I didn't want one of these. I said, ew, I don't want an antique percussion. I don't want a cap and ball. I said, well, I couldn't find any that was like this. I didn't even know they existed. The ones that have the ejector and are the single shot. First, I got a really nice revolver, really nice. one to hold on to forever and all that. And then I got my revolver a couple months ago, and she's been good and whatnot, or he, or whatever it is. And then, well, they have these, and I thought these were the only ones they had. And then little did I know, I seen this one pop up for only 200. I said, "What's this one?" So I clicked into it. Uh, yeah, antique hinged open breech loading rifle. And I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 3 recently, or Battlefield 5, I mean. So in Battlefield 5, they have these similar rifles, but they're the automatics and the semi-automatics and all that. So I said, "Hey, that's like almost like my Battlefield rifle or whatever, but it's only a single shot." I said, "Whoa." And then I said, "Oh wow, it's one of those single shot ones with the ejector and whatever." So I for $200 I contacted him. It's listed as no PAL because that is the law. That is the law, right? That's the law and everything. That they're the antiques. Anything over a certain age and yada yada are antique. So then you do your research. The Flowberts are one of the famous antiques and all that. So I messaged him the night before, and then he came the next day, and everything quick. Everything went smooth. So I seen that he also had different. Well, he's also this guy's a PA, one of the PAL holders, one of the licensed. They're a lot of them are older people. So he has this more expensive shotgun. So I seen that, oh, he's a PAL holder that has another expensive shotgun. But they sell for you have to be 18 or over to get one of the no PALs. So I see no PAL required. That fit my thing. And then what made it even better was it was a 32 rimfire that happened to be the same caliber that I just invested in. I bought like maybe not much, but like I maybe bought like 30 rounds of 32 because I have six. No, not even that much. Not even that much. Not even that. 20 rounds. I think 20 rounds. Yeah, I think 20 rounds. So I got six because I have to have my isn't. Well, I shot a couple rounds and whatnot in my revolver and all that, but generally I keep my rounds because they're expensive. I pay $10, almost $10 a round for 32s. They're rare. And then I don't know if I'll ever get those again. You don't know if you'll ever get those again. So I don't shoot my 32s. I keep them really for just in case anything, in case I need them. But that was the good thing. I had 32s because I'm not a PAL holder. I can't go to Canadian Tire and buy a big box of 45s or nothing like that. So all I can have is 32s because all the guys with the PALs, if you're smart, you would get a 45 compact or a 38 auto or 38 special. But if I would get either a 45, most PA, well, that's what they have. The 45 or the PAL holders, they have the 45s and the 22s and the 12 gauges and the 38 specials, 9 millimeters, 223s, all that. But PAL, all you can really get it, or sorry, no PAL. All I've seen really is 32s, very rare. This is the only one I've seen in the months I've been hunting on. He's got a dog. I didn't see the dog. All the months that I've been hunting, he came all the way to Port Elgin from Chatsworth. I've never been to Chatsworth. But it looks like it's more rural in Chatsworth than it is in Port Elgin. But he came all the way to Port Elgin. I cleaned it up. It's way cleaner now. He said, "Oh, the wood is nice." It said in the ad, the wood is nice. Then I cleaned it all up, put gun oil on it. It's nice. I'm proud to have it. It is a good one for me. Single shot with the ejector. If you go search up these rifles on the, it's not the nicest rifle. Like when you're holding it, I've had a 1022 rifle. Like when I was a kid, I'd much rather have a 1022 than this one any day. Like this rifle, it feels like an old wall hanger thingy, but it is a rifle. It's hard to explain, but it's the same rifle that they have in you know what game they have it in? This isn't a good one. It's the Flowbird. It has this system. The hammer hits this block with the. It has a. You can even convert them to center fire and all that, but there's no gunsmith or whatever. They're really nice. But yeah, they have them in Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah. Actually, I think in Red Dead Redemption 2 they have the repeating variation of it, but for somebody that's in their house or whatever that isn't riding on horseback all the time or whatever, it's pretty good. Like I just keep it in. That's kind of what the purpose. They were sold in the Sears catalog, similar to the Red Dead Redemption catalog. So it's gone back to that time. Even a lot of websites got shut down. It's gone back to that time where you got what you got and everything, and it's not really a lottery. And so I had to buy a rifle to keep in my condo or whatever. Basically, the condo feels like my house or whatever. But I would never shoot it. It's only if you know what modern day. There's PAL holders and whatnot. But no, that's what I got. He's got one of these Red Dead old red. It's not even as nice as that one. It's like one of these. Well, he got it dirty. He's got to clean it up, and it costs money to do anything with it if you wanted to. You can finish them. You can get them really nice and finished and all that. But I don't, yeah, I would want to hold on to it for years. It is a rifle that shoots 32 and then it has the extractor or whatever. So what that is usually you would have to it's hard to get a used casing out of the, well, you know, a semi-automatic, it ejects the casing out the side. It's one of those early on um, ejectors that they had for the kind of like, well, they have them in brand new ones. When you open it up and it throws the casing out. Yeah, it has an ejector, and then you can put in the next rounds or whatever. It's not a double barrel. I wish. That is what he wants next. He either wants a double barrel 410 or he wants a 223 semi-automatic or he wants a 12 gauge or something like that because until then I'm just feel like sort of a sitting duck with some people. But yeah, I think maybe eventually in 20 years or 25 years or something like that, if I can show them a really good person and all that, keep up the good work and all that, I may get a double barrel or maybe even a semi-automatic rifle or pistol or something like that. Actually, I think even under the current standards, could save my money and without a PAL, it's like $4,000, but he could save his money and get one of those double action revolvers because I currently have a single action, which is why I say I'm like a sitting duck because the single action is like the double act, but I could get a double action eventually. Well, no, these are no PAL needed. No PAL net, grandfathered in. RCMP paperwork, grandfathered in, antiques. That's what it is. It's really, what's killing the officers or whatever if they did get hurt is the illegal semi-automatics, and then people, the innocent ones that are RCMP family that doesn't have a semi-automatic. What are we supposed to do in our house? Even my auntie up in Fort Saskatchewan got home invaded from some group in Edmonton. They home invaded her. She didn't. It was unbelievable. She got robbed for countless amounts of money and blah 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 and all that. Because they got the semi-automatics, and then so that's why they've got it where they have the antiques and you can clean them up. You can do whatever you want with it or whatever if you want to finish it, refinish it or whatever. And then you can have the very rare, expensive calibers or whatever, and all that or whatever, in the little, but they're only a single shot or a revolver, old revolver. They're trying to get the semi-automatics off the street, the illegal ones, and they do a good job at it. They do a real good job at it. They just got this one guy. He had 67 guns. His name was Randy. He sold 67 illegal guns to Canadians. Smuggled them. He was a trustable character and whatever. And then but so they do a good job on it. It's virtually impossible, really. It has been virtually impossible for any legal market to formulate in Canada for anything like that. You would think there would be websites to buy the illegal things, and no, there ain't nothing. You have to either buy it legally or with the antique, or you have to get your PAL or whatnot.